Hello friends, welcome to my channel together with Abhi. In the past, in one of the theory lectures, we have talked about snapshots, which are a very significant thing for backup and recovery of the EBS volumes. In this video, we are going to practically see snapshots in actions, how we can create snapshots, how we can create volumes from those snapshots. If in case we want a volume created in some other region, how we can copy these snapshots in other regions and create volumes from those snapshots. As well as we are going to look into AMI, how we can create an AMI for an instance and then attach a volume to that instance. So there are too many things to cover in this video. It is going to be really interesting, so please stay tuned and let's get started. So the first thing that we have to do is go to services EC2 and launch an instance. It is going to be a normal process. We are just going to search for an AMI, choose an AMI. This is going to be Amazon Linux this time. We are going to work on a free tier general purpose t2.micro. Let's go to another tab and we are going to select only the default values. We're not going to make any changes here. We'll go to add storage and this is where we are going to make the most of our changes. So as you can see, there is already a root volume, okay, and it is marked delete on termination. So what it means is as soon as we are going to terminate the instance, it is going to get deleted. We are going to add a new volume, EBS volume general purpose, but we are not going to mark it delete on termination. Also, if in case you want, you can enable encryption using the same mechanisms that we had discussed in the S3 module. For now, let's just go and add a tag, add a name tag and give it some name. So we will give it a name something like Linux instance, Linux snapshot. Okay, and we are just going to review and launch. Before that, we need to configure a security group. We are not going to create another security group, but would rather use the security group that we created last time, Linux SG. It shows you a warning, which is okay because it is open to the entire world. And that's all. We are just going to launch this instance. We are going to use an existing key pair, Linux key pair. We acknowledge that we have the PEM file for this key pair. We have the private key with us and the instances are getting launched. We can view the launch logs, but that's okay for us. We'll just view the instances. So we just have created a new storage volume, okay. Externally we have actually created it. It is not by default, and if in case you go to Elastic Block Stores and volumes UI, you can see there are two volumes. One is the root volume, the other is the one that we attached or that we created separately. So you might not be able to figure out which one is that, but you can go to attachment information from where you can see which could possibly be the root one or the other one. But what we wanted to show was as soon as we are going to terminate the instance, we are going to the actions, instance state, and as soon as we are going to terminate this instance, the root volume is going to get deleted. Why? Because it is mentioned here the default action is for the root EBS volume to be deleted. The root EBS volume, please note that. Just the root EBS volume is going to get deleted because we have enabled delete on termination. For the new volume that we created, EBS volume, it is not going to get deleted. Now the instance has been terminated. We can just go back to the volumes tab and see, yes, one of the volumes has been deleted. So this is the only volume which has been left and it is still available. Despite the termination of the instance, it is still being available. What you can do with this, you can create a snapshot, okay, for recovery and backup purpose. We can just give some kind of description to it, but more importantly, we will just give it some kind of a name to let us know that this is a snapshot and from which volume it has been created. So we just give it together with the snapshot as of now. We close it and now we are going to create. If you can just go and go to the snapshots screen and see that we have this snapshot created. Now the purpose of this snapshot is we can create a volume from this. We can increase the size of the volume. We can copy this volume using this snapshot to some other region. These are the activities that we are going to do now. Okay, so we are going to go to actions, create volume, As I mentioned, you can change the size here, but we are going to keep it the same for now. And then we just will go and just give it some kind of a name, so we know that we have this volume created from a snapshot. So we give it a name, volume created from snapshot. Okay, and we'll just create this volume. So far the volume has been created. We can go and check it within volumes UI. As you can see, a new volume has been created from the snapshot. You can go to different tabs to see its status. But the next thing that we are going to do now is we are going to create this volume. We want a similar volume to be created in some other region. So as you can see, we are currently in the Mumbai region, which lies in Asia Pacific. We want a similar volume to be created in some different region, let's say London. Okay, so how we can do that? First thing what that you need to do is you need to go to snapshot. We will create a copy of this snapshot. Okay, so this is also something that I wanted to let you know. We can still change the size. So this is a very important question. It is asked many a times how you can increase the size. So this is the way you can do it. But now we'll just go for copy action. We will choose the destination region as Europe, London. If you want, you can encrypt this snapshot with the standard techniques that we had discussed earlier. We do not want to encrypt it right now. We'll just see how we can copy and create a volume in some different region. Directly you can go from the link here, which opens the snapshots UI within the region London. So as you can see, a snapshot has been copied here. We will just create a volume from the snapshot. Similar process. If you want, you can increase the size from this UI screen. We will just give it some kind of a name which tells that it has been created from a snapshot which has been copied. So volume from copied snapshot, and we just created. So this is something that I just wanted to show you. Now we can just attach this volume to some kind of an instance. If in case there is some instance which is available within this region, we can attach this volume to that. So you can go to actions and you can attach this volume. Okay, but we do not have any instance currently running in this region, so we cannot do that. But we will see this. We'll carry on this exercise in Mumbai region. Okay, so for now we will just delete everything what we have set up here in this region. So we'll just delete the volume, we'll delete the snapshot. So you can see that it is in the deleting state. As soon as I am going to delete the snapshot, this is going to get deleted very soon because we have already triggered the deletion step here. So we can go back to snapshots and we can delete the snapshot from London region. So let's go to this and delete it. And now if in case you go and check volumes, it has been deleted as well. Okay, so we'll head back to the region Asia Pacific Mumbai, and we will carry on other functionalities here. So let's delete the volume that has been created from the snapshot because we don't need it. We don't need the snapshot as well. So we will delete that as well, just to keep things simple. Okay, we are just going to play with one of the volumes, Linux snapshots, which has been created, and we are going to attach this volume to some instance. So currently it says no matching running or stopped instances. So there are no instances which are running as of now in this region. So we are going to start a instance first. So let's go to instances, and there are no instances. So we'll just launch an instance. Let's do it on a Windows machine now. So free tier only, Windows. Please note, so when we are going to launch an instance, okay, with the standard procedure, it is going to already attach a storage, a root volume. Okay, on top of that, we are going to attach another volume which we have named Linux snapshots. Okay, so you can see here there's already a volume type as root. Okay, so let's name it something, and we are going to attach another volume to it on top of it. So there will be like two volumes, one already attached and one that we are going to create as new. Let's have an existing security group because we already have it. We don't want to create a new one. Windows security group, which allows an RDP connection to this instance. We will launch it. We will use an existing key pair. We already have it, Windows key pair, so select that. And that's all that we need to, we just need to acknowledge, and that's all we need to do before launching this instance. So you can go and see the instance is in running state. Now we should be able to attach it. Let's see if in case we are able to attach it or not. So we go to volumes and we again try for Linux snapshot. So see, there's one which is the root volume. This is the Linux snapshot which is still not attached to this instance. So we are going to attach this volume. We still don't see anything. There are no matching running or stopped instances. Why? Does it need any kind of ID? So maybe we try to go and copy the ID, okay, instance ID, and we try to give it there. Maybe that works, or probably not. So we click on the description, we just copy the instance ID here, and let's try to put this hard-coded way. So maybe it might just work. Though I don't expect it to work, but I still want to try that. Okay, so we give it attach for, and here we give the instance ID, and it still complains. It doesn't detect the device by its own. It should actually be able to detect. So even if we click attach, it gives an error. So what is something that we are doing wrong here? Okay, so if you notice, the availability zone in which this instance is AP South 1B, whereas the volume, it is in Asia Pacific South 1A. Okay, we can see that. Okay, this is the availability zone. So the instance and the volume, they are in different availability zones. So what do we need to do? We need to create this instance and copy this instance to the other availability zone. How can we do that? We will have to create an image of this instance. So what this is going to do, if in case you have to copy an instance to another availability zone, you will have to create an image, an AMI, Amazon Machine Image. Okay, so we give it a name. Image name is destination Windows 1B image, because we are going to copy an instance from 1B to 1A, because my volume that I want to attach, it lies in 1A region. Okay, so I am going to create an image. This image can be visible in AMI section. So we will go to AMIs, and here you can see the image is there. Now using this image, I can launch an instance. Okay, and while launching an instance, I'm going to configure it to be run in availability zone 1A. So go to actions, go to launch. It is going to launch an instance, and while launching, we are going to configure it, configure instance details, and we just want to configure it in 1A region. Let us just confirm. We'll go to volume section. We'll go to volumes back again, and we will just confirm, yes, it is in 1A. So we will go to subnet, and here you can see we are going to select subnet 1A. We are going to discuss about subnet in VPC section, but this is how you change the availability zone. Okay, so now I'm going to just do the other default things like add storage. So it is going to have a root volume, and on top of it we are going to attach another volume. Okay, let's give it some name tag. So let's say this is my destination Windows instance, which is in 1A. So destination Windows 1A. Configure security group, again the same thing. Let's quickly do it. Windows security group, review and launch, RDP allows, and select a key pair, Windows key pair. Let's acknowledge, and that's all. So we are good. Now we should be able to attach volume to this instance, because both volume and instance should be in 1A. So you can see here, destination Windows 1A. It is an availability zones AP South 1A. Let's copy the instance ID, and we will go to volumes tab. Okay, we already have it open here. It is also in South 1A. Let's try to attach it now. Attach volume, and now you can see we don't even need to copy, because it already shows you in the drop down. It has already detected device also. So now you are able to attach it. So that's all that I wanted to show you, that how we are able to attach, how we can copy an instance from one availability zone to another using AMI, and different stuff related to that. Now Further, you can just map your drive. Once you are connected to this instance, you can download remote desktop file. We already have shown this in other past videos. I do not want to go through that again. You can decrypt your password once it is available, and you can just map your drive for the attached volume that you just attached to this volume. So let's terminate it. Let's see how we can clean up everything. So while cleanup also, you would notice a few things. Firstly, we are going to terminate all the instances, okay, whatever instances we have. It gives you a warning, okay. So that is okay. We have some volumes attached. So if in case I try to delete the volume right away, it is not going to get deleted. It might throw you some kind of a warning, because while termination you are trying to delete, so two actions at the same time. So if in case I try to detach the volume right now, and while termination is in process, it might just throw you some kind of error, right? Again, this error detaching volume. So as soon as it is terminated, we might be able to do it quickly. So let's see, it has been terminated. Now let's go to volumes. Everything is terminated. Let's go to volume, refresh it. So you see root volume is already deleted, and now we are able to even detach the volume which has been externally attached to it. Okay, so we are able to do it. No error now. It is in the deleting mode. Since it has been created from snapshots, we can also go and delete the snapshots. Okay, so let's go to snapshots. Let's take a look where it is. Yes, it is here. So snapshots, and we are going to delete this as well. So let's go action, delete. Yes, delete. So it throws an error. It is currently in use by an AMI. Okay, so my volume has been deleted, but we are not able to delete the snapshot. Why? Because it says, let's try to do it again, and let's read the warning. It says it is currently in use by AMI. So AMI, the machine image, Amazon machine image that we created, it is currently using the snapshot. So let's go and delete or deregister this AMI. So as soon as I'm going to deregister this AMI won't be available to us in my AMI section. And now I should be able to delete my snapshot. Okay, let's try to delete it now. And it works. So as of now, everything has been deleted. You can re-verify all the snapshots, AMIs, instances, everything that you had created has been deleted for both the regions, Mumbai as well as London, where we copied it. So that is all that I wanted to show you today. I hope you like this video. I just wanted to show you how you can play around with volumes, snapshots, how you can copy it, how you can increase the size, how you can create an instance in different availability zones. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like it, share it, comment, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Thanks a lot.